Yo. Oh, hey, it's on loop. All right. No, that's a good song, but we don't like that much. All right. Economy 2.0. Let's jump into it, shall we? Hellfish, what are LCA relocation brackets? I don't know what that means. I still have to drive 1,000 miles back home, but I'm stopping over at your in-laws tonight to cut the trek back in two. Yep. Lower control arms. Yes, and my voice is back. It's still just a teeny bit raspy, but we should be good. Should be good. So will they have learned anything from workers? Oh, we'll see. What's the general consensus about Economy 2.0 so far? I don't know, and I've been purposely avoiding it. To be 100% honest with you, I'm avoiding it like crazy because I want to figure it out for myself, and I want you guys to see it figured out for itself. Anyway, no more narrator voice. All right, so the game is patching, so let's see what we got. Government subsidies for the city have been removed to make the economy more challenging and transparent. Yes! Taxes and services in the economy panel now unlock at milestone 1, and the production tab unlocks at milestone 2. Added import city services city policy to toggle import to city services from outside connections. Separate imported service items in the budget panel. Outside connections won't send service vehicles if the policy is toggled off. Added imported service expenses for ambulance, hearse, fire engine, garbage, and police. Fee scales with the city's population. Fair. They say it will break your city for a bit. Well, it's got to retool to the new economic policy, Fozzie. Yeah, it should react to it. Honestly, I want your first city to crash and burn because it's a litmus test for Economy 2.0. That's why I said we're going to go and play it, Element. The one problem I'm kind of worried about is that it might take a little while to do that because the city simulation moves at a snail's pace. So what's up with Starliner? Nothing, Pontiff. Well, it's not nothing, but they postponed it because they're trying to get more data on the service module, guys. All right, we'll get this right out of the way real quick. I'll go back to reading that in a moment. So Starliner, they did have some snafus with the service module, helium leaks and stuff. But here's the thing, okay? You're in a pretty safe state when you're up at the ISS, all right? And you want to learn as much as you can about why those helium leaks happen. Now, obviously, they're not going to send somebody out and start taking a pressurized service module apart in space. Bad idea. Don't want to do that. That's like trying to work on a car's engine while the motor is running. Nope. Can't attest that. Have shop. Definitely don't want to do that. Okay. So Starliner is powered down because it's tapping off ISS power right now. So this is the closest time you're going to get to the engine being off, right? The closest time you're going to get to the engine being off before you lose the Starliner service module completely because it doesn't come back down. It separates and then it re-enters, right? You don't want to do that. You don't want that because you're trying to get as much data as you possibly can. Make sense? The engine isn't California brown anymore. Yeah, we pressure washed the balls out of this thing. We got most of the grime off. She's shining a little bit. The paint is a little bit rough. Before Ernok had the car, somebody Mako'd it. Somebody Mako'd it. Hey, Ismic, closer and closer to 4 years. How time flies. Thanks, man. Yep. Very nice. How much? Yeah. They warn of an immediate death wave. All right. Hopefully that'll loosen up the simulation rates. Yeah. How much dirt came off? A lot. What does Mako mean? So Mako is a low buck auto painting chain of stores. they'll paint your car for like $100. But here's the thing about paint. Mako paint jobs are like the fast food of... So think about it like the fast food of car painting. Like, when you paint your car, you really don't want to skimp. You don't want to skimp on the paint job, because the paint is what's protecting the car, right? It protects the car. That's why they started painting cars. Not because, oh, pretty colors. They started painting the car to protect the metal, right? And that's why Henry Ford has that famous statement: you can have any color you want as long as it's black, because black was the cheapest paint to make. So that's why every old car, if you look, they're all dark colors or a variation of a dark paint job. You didn't start seeing like really, really crazy stuff come until the 30s and the 40s, right? And then, you know, all the way into the 60s, where you see cars that are the color of a banana, right? So Mako is low buck. You can go there and get a paint job for like $100, but it's $100 paint job. You don't go to McDonald's and expect gourmet food, right? You don't go to an Applebee's and expect like a 5-star steakhouse. Even though Applebee's isn't bad, it's just not that. So they're like, you get what you pay for with cars. There are certain times where there's certain things you just don't want to skimp on, like brakes. Don't ever skimp on brakes. Make sure the brakes are good. You need those to stop, or else you'll be eating a tree or your dashboard, right? That's probably a good idea. You wouldn't want to skimp on those. Oh, nice, Panther. There you go. And now they're all beige, silver, or white. Yep. Cheaper to go to Applebee's. Yep. McDonald's is too expensive to not expect gourmet quality. I know. Matty goes, isn't that weird? Anyway. So, yeah, a Mako paint job, it wasn't the best paint job, and it's peeling all over the place because they didn't prep the surfaces. There's air. So, like, when they sprayed the paint on, the paint hardened into a film, but because they didn't tack cloth and prep the paint correctly. So like with paint, you got to worry about FOD, just like you do with a spacecraft. You don't want dust, dirt, grime. You don't want anything on that quarter panel or whatever you're spray paint or you're painting right before you go and lay down the paint, because it's going to get stuck in there. And if it gets stuck in there, it's an imperfection. First of all, it'll show. Second of all, the paint will harden into a film and it'll make an air pocket there. And, you know, if the sun, like if your car's in California, the sun will bake that air pocket, that it'll heat up the air in that air pocket, that it'll expand and it'll pop, it'll make bubbles in your paint job. And Ernok's car has a ton of bubbles because it was Mako painted, but that's okay. Hey, medic, what's going on? Anyway. Hey, Zizep, what's going on? I assume you've seen the new Tim and Elon video. Yes, I watched that. Ernok and I watched that over the weekend. Oh my goodness. So yeah, Mako paint jobs, or if you need a paint job in like very quickly. You just need to get a paint job like on a daily driver or something. That's not something you want to do on a car that you like driving around, you know? Let's go, city's time. That's right. Factory's kind of small, right? Dude. So did anybody notice there was Starbase Live on the cameras? Or on the television screens inside of Starbase? So we all going to be going to Pay and Spray. Oh yeah. Did you watch that entire Lemhal 2 video? No, I have not watched that. Anyway, so yeah. RE Starliner dudes, They want more time to document what's going on with the service module while they still have the service module attached. That's all. No one is in danger. Nobody is stranded on the ISS. You have my word on that. No one. That's not what's going on. NASA wants more time to understand why the service module failed. Well, the service module still exists, because if they pull that Starliner capsule back down, the service module is disposable. It's designed to burn up. So, yeah, NASA is running, they're looking into every single thing that they can run in terms of diagnostic on that thing. Well, the capsule is powered down, attached to the ISS. Did you see NSF last night with Fred? I missed it, Zizep. Starliner's not ripped. Starliner's never been ripped. It's fine. It's a test flight. You're learning more things on the test flight. You ideally don't want to learn more things on the test flight, but if you do learn more things, you want to learn as much as you can about it. Firefly Alpha is coming to WALPs real soon. Yep, yep. Yeah, I saw that, Creeper. They're using Antari's pad for Alpha and then MLV as well, which is pretty rad. It was great watching the road trip while we're covering from a broken leg. Keep up the great content. Midget, we will be doing more road trips in the future. Two things. I don't want to do them that much because, dude, driving across the country will lose that allure very quickly. It very much becomes a chore if we're doing it like every month or something. Two, we're not doing it in the summertime. And maybe 2A, we could do it in the summertime now. We fixed the air conditioning on the blue truck, on Bluefus. Yeah. So we'll probably be doing another road trip sooner rather than later. Just, I don't want to do more than like 2 a year. It's a lot of time. It's a lot of investment. And, you know, driving across the country is a fun thing to do. I would never, ever want that to not be a fun thing to do, right? What was the problem with the AC? Just leaked out. All the R12 leaked out a long time ago, Medic. So I went to evac it, and I had a tank ready to go to evac everything and put the R12 in a tank and get rid of it correctly. No R12 came out. It was just atmosphere, oxygen and nitrogen. I know because on the gauge, there's a refrigerant sight glass. Nothing came through that. It was just air. No refrigerant, nothing. It was empty. All the R12 leaked out a long time ago. How much did it cost roughly in gas for the trip? $2,500, IZEP, give or take. Chat covered it. Chat covered it completely. You guys liked the trip so much, you ended up paying for gas and then some. Yeah. Speaking of road trip, hitting back on I-90, we'll be listening to the stream on the way to your next charging stop at Beefalo. All right, cool. Not cross country, but maybe VFT locations. Yeah, John, we could do something like that. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? When do chat pay you for your trip to Denmark? You could, if you want. I'll be honest, if you paid for enough for all expensive paid trip to Denmark, I probably would just use it to buy more cars. I'm not going to lie to you. Like, I am not Chad. Oh, yeah, you. Oh, yes, you are. 100%. I thought it was the wiring of the fuse box. Yep. So, Medic, we jumped the pressure switch when we were evacing to get the compressor to turn on. Compressor turned on just fine. The pressure switch is the actuator. Pressure switch is the compressor actuation. It's in the accumulator. There's nothing in it. Like, when we tapped into it, I turned it on. I just turned on the gauges on the evacuator kit, right? And it just read 14.7 psi. There was just atmosphere in there. No R12. So that was good. That was a blessing in disguise because then I didn't have to worry about dealing with that damn R12. So I got that going for me, which is nice. All right, John, we'll see. It's on R134A, yep. When is IFT 5? Net July 30th, last time I checked. All right, so city service changes. Let's get back to reading these patch notes. Increased chance of entering and graduating both elementary school and high school.
Discovery.
Adults can now apply to high school if they didn't finish it. What % chance can apply 3 times? Garbage accumulation accounts for students, employees, prisons, occupants, and homeless in the calculation. Balanced garbage city service upgrades. Buildings now pay a fixed fee for garbage collection instead of a variable amount based off garbage collected. Okay. Adjust garbage accumulation values, thank God. Adjusted upkeep costs of most city service buildings. Wages for your city service employees are paid from player money. Yuki, 5-month resub. Hi, is this nothing can sink this boat, Melinda Simulator? Yes. Yeah. All right. Increase the electricity import price. Increase the time it takes for ambulance and hearse notifications to appear. Adjusted the service fee curves for efficiency and consumption.
Discovery.
Adjusted water fee. Hey, dead scum, 24 months. Adjusted water service fees with old save games will force reset the water value to the default position. Increase the amount of workers for the medical clinic, coal power plant, police station, cemetery, firehouse, and landfill. Demand changes. Residential density depends on household wealth and family size. Okay. Household spawns are based on average citizen happiness, homelessness, tax, available student positions, and available jobs. Commercial companies spawn based on household needs, reducing how often the same companies appear in the city. Commercial and industrial demand has been adjusted to avoid not enough customer complaints for newly spawned companies. Oh, thank God. Taxes now have more effect on demand. Employment changes. Workers from outside connections no longer pay tax. Workers from outside connections are not included in population or workplace info views. Workers from outside connections will look for a new job more frequently. Workplaces and outside connections are less desirable than workplaces in the city. Okay. Only citizens who don't have health problems, such as sick or injured, count as valid employable citizens. Citizens can only receive unemployment for a limited amount of time. When they run out of unemployment, they will complain about high rent and move away. Okay. Fixed population, jobs, and workers amount issue. Household and happiness changes. Households without adults will now move away. Rich households prefer large homes in attractive neighborhoods, higher land value, good service coverage. Poor households prefer cheaper houses and don't mind services being far away. Thomas, what's that? And the booster is out. Yeah, ULA is delivering Vulcan. Cert 2. There you go. Household needs are calculated based on their spendable money, what's left. Household needs are calculated based on their spendable money, what's left after paying rent. So they now spend their money more reasonably. Good. Reduced number of senior citizens moving into the city. Adjusted wealth happiness factor to a reasonable value. Okay. Low happiness affects the chance a household will move out of the city. Households consider the garbage fee when calculating their spendable money. Added curve parameter to death rate to smooth the death of senior citizens. Existing cities will experience an immediate death wave. Production and company changes. Adjusted values for resource production, resource price, household wages, tax income. Resource price now has two parts. A lower one for industrial processing and another for commercial companies' service prices. Customers, households, pay full price, which is both parts combined. Resource price now has two parts, a lower one for industrial processing and another for commercial companies' service prices. Change the workforce needed per unit for resource processing to a pre-configured amount instead of automatically calculated at the start of the game. Companies now go bankrupt instead of looking for new locations if their current property isn't suitable for profit. Changed industrial manufacturing space multiplier from 1 to 5 to allow more workers per grid so fewer buildings are needed. Freaking summertime, there's freaking bugs everywhere. It's a damn skeeter. Gotcha. Freaking bugs everywhere in my shop. I hate it. I hate it so much. But hey, better than winter, I guess. Adjusted. Is the screen flickering? Yeah, it's much cooler today. It's 70 degrees in here, which is like 20 C instead of 30 C. Yeah. Adjusted office employee amount. Adjusted the amount of work required per product to decrease city income. Adjusted simulated service prices. Improved companies to Improved companies to move away, not just because of bankruptcy, but also because of the tax rate and workforce factors. Rebalanced extractor resource, greatly reducing profitability. Balanced industrial and office companies default output amount. Max workers per cell. Resources initial price and work needed per unit. Increased space multiplier of industrial and office zones. Ignore it, it's just a glitch. 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 They changed something. We're trapped. Yeah, Stugatz is basically going to go bankrupt here in a second. You guys smell burnt toast? Yep. I'm not sure what some of this stuff means, but I'm sure we'll figure it out. Rent and building level changes. Removed the virtual landlord, so building upkeep is now paid equally by all renters. Virtual landlord. Added new rent calculation. Rent equals land value. What the hell? Rent equals land value plus zone type times building level. Times lot size times space multiplier. You ever had tasty wheat? Yeah, but then again, Mason, neither did you. So zone type plus building level times land value times lot size times space multiplier. Tweaked high rent notifications to be based on households' income. Even if they currently don't have enough money in their balance, they won't complain and will instead spend less money on resource consumption. Smaller lots are cheap. Hey, Bree. Oh. Oh, yeah. One small detail here. Hey, buddy. Get up here. Come on. Up. Up. One small detail over the weekend. Titan. Titan. Yeah, that's what happens when you eat plastic. Get up here. Guys, this is Titan. We got a dog, by the way.
He's a good boy.
He does not like being picked up, so. Yeah, he's a rescue. He's a cattle dog. Cattle dog mix. And his name's Titan. No, I didn't name him that. There you go, Val. Yeah, we got a dog, by the way.
Want to leave? Are you over it?
You don't like my office? Oh, you like me, though. Yeah, his name's Titan. Oh, I'm keeping that. Yeah, no. I was like, that dog. I like that dog. He's a good boy.
He's a great boy. All right. Good.
He's cute. You all right?
I'm worried about him, but he was also been out in the hot sun all day, so he might just be tired.
Did you get him water?
I was going to take him inside.
Yeah, he just needs a drink. That's... Titan likes to chew on things. He likes to eat plastic.
He ate like a quarter of a tennis ball.
It turns out that that's not good for you. So, yeah. How old? He's 2?
Yeah.
Titan is 2.
And mommy is overprotective, so she's been worried about him. He needs a bone, but all he wants is a tennis ball.
Yeah, we gotta get him bones. He loves tennis balls. This dog loves tennis balls. I've never seen a dog that loves tennis balls so much. But yeah. Can I pet the dog? Yeah. How? Yeah. So he's a rescue. He's 2 years old. He's already trained. He'll let you know when he needs to go to the bathroom and stuff, which is pretty rad.
He's a good boy.
This is huge. You grew up with a dog, right? Yep. My dog died basically right when I started streaming. Hey, get off the warthog joystick. That's not for you. Don't eat it. He has no clue what this place is for.
No, he's very confused.
Come on, Titan. Let's go. Come on.
All right, you want to go inside? We'll go get some food and water, buddy. We just wanted to say hi to chat.
Yeah, Clayton, I'll figure it out. We just got him. We got him on Saturday, actually. You haven't seen my border collie. The moment a ball comes out, it's over. Dude, he goes bananas for tennis balls. I don't know what that's about. Congrats on the lovely dog. Thank you. Yeah.
Oh, this is space. I'm in space.
Wait, you have a dog. Just got him. Yep. How are you going to have to fence in the whole yard? It's already done. Don't worry about it. Yeah. Titan is cattle dog mix. He's just, mutt. That's what the MSPCA was telling us. They don't really know what he is. It's just a bunch of different things. But we gave him a good home. And he's got a nice big yard to run around and chase balls in. Maybe a little bit, Dink, but yeah, they were like, nah, we don't think there's much. He's more cattle dog than anything. Anyway, we got a Boston Terrier puppy in January. He's so cute, but he's a handful. Yep. So Titan decided to eat a tennis ball. And don't worry, we've been feeding him. It's everywhere, man. Gotta get some insect repellent in here. Anyway, he decided he wanted to eat a tennis ball. So, so many bugs in here, dude. Ugh. Anyway, so you'll get cattle next, huh? No. Yeah, summertime, dude. It happens. Yeah, he's like 90% Australian cattle dog, which is pretty rad. Pretty cool. He, worker dogs. I like worker dogs. Worker dogs are awesome. That's why I like Titan. That's why we chose them. Yeah, we got Titan. He was just here, Sneaky. You just missed him. Here, I'll see if I can find a picture. There's a picture of the boy.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
His name is Titan. I couldn't say no. His name's Titan. Okay, missiles. And he darts around like a freaking missile. I couldn't say no. But he hates being picked up. He really doesn't like it, so. Hey, King Kitten, tier 2, 99 months. Thank you. Also, Moon of Saturn. Titan deserves a screen in Michigan Troll. Okay. Yeah. So he darts around like a missile. He's a good dog. Very good. We picked him up in Bluefish. So we would have a lot of space.
Discovery,
Yeah,
go
Clayton,
at
don't worry
throttle up.
about it. The bugs are just because I haven't been here. They go away if I'm here. I haven't been in my office. Everything's new to him. After a few weeks, he'll get more used to everything. Yep. I think he stress ate a tennis ball, Mason, and then a Frisbee, and then a tire. So, just dog things. He threw up all over our bed sheets at like 3 a.m. That was good. Last night. That's what happens when you eat plastic. Yeah, he ate a tire. Yeah, he, like a little like golf cart tire. Yeah, he ate it. Like ate it. Like he was, tastes like chicken. I'm like, yeah, we probably shouldn't do that. But don't worry, we'll take care of him. He's all right. You need to change Michigan Troll's Cato to Doggo and put his pick there. Yeah. Did you get the dog from Gone in 60 Seconds? Yeah, he ate the keys. Come on, dog. Poop, dog. Throw up is also what happens when they eat cicadas. He did eat a basil leaf the other day, yesterday. There's a better picture in Discord. Oh. Yeah, this is indeed a better picture, yes. Give me 1 second. How's that? Yep, that's Titan. Make that an emote. That's a good idea. Bree, we gotta make that an emote, but we should get rid of my knee. We don't need my knee in there. Titan's a good boy. He's a good boy. No, seriously, he's already trained. It's already trained. It's great, except for the throw up part, but easy fix. The knee is the best part. Mm-hmm. He's a very smart dog. And we put the hat on him, and he just kind of stood there and went, "What did you just do to my head? Human, I do not know what this is, but okay, if you want it there, I guess." He's like, I mean, should it stay there? Like, I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty funny. A dog my friend had liked eating its own excrement. Yeah. Yeah, don't worry. We're working on it. Anyway, yeah, it's been a handful over the weekend. Excuse me, when dog cam? He can chew through a tire but can't change one? Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, he kind of just was like, "Human, why did you put this hat on my head? What is this? I don't know what... Do I have... What is this? I don't know what this is. Can you take it off, please? I mean, I won't take it off, but you need to get this off of my head like right now." Sounds like a skill issue. So Titan knows how to open doors. We figured that one out. He knows how to open doors. He can open up a door. He puts his paws on it and opens the door. Yeah. Oh yeah. So yeah, we got a little bit of a handful here, but hey, he doesn't poop in the house, so that's good. He's part velociraptor. He's learning. He's very smart, but he also eats tires and frisbees and tennis balls. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, Titan, welcome Titan to the family. Dog stream after hours with EJ, please make it happen. I'll think about it. I think about it. All right, so rent and building level changes. Remove the virtual landlord, so building upkeep is now okay. We did that already. Crime rate adjustments. Fix police service coverage for zonable assets. The police station will patrol regularly to decrease the crime rate, and all zone type buildings will increase crime rate depending on police service coverage. NA and EU police vehicle O2 crime reduction value changed to match the NA and EU police vehicle O1 value. I don't know what that means. Oh, okay, Violent. Yep. Titan, you're a go at throttle up. I'm against crime. I'm not ashamed to admit it. Yep. Removed crime scene pathfinding limitation of buildings crime rate to avoid all criminals having the same pathfinding result to queue up to do crime. Well, yeah, of course, no smart criminal hits the same place twice. What are you, dumb? God. Anyway. Added new crime factor to lower crime probability in cities with large populations. Lower crime recurrence probability due to criminals needing to wait a long while to remove the criminal tag. Okay. Increase the cost of purchasing map tiles. All right. Added upkeep fee for new map tiles. Upkeep? The 9 starting are excluded and do not have the map upkeep. What are we paying upkeep on? Oh, okay, Tesla. Yeah, that makes sense. What What? Why would you? What's an upkeep fee? See, this is, I don't like abstractions like this. What does that mean? What is an upkeep? What are we paying upkeep on? Do we have to mow the lawn? Do we have to mow the lawn? I don't understand. What's an upkeep fee? Property tax? I don't understand what that means. The governor needs a steak, you see. Yeah. Yeah, that's, I don't know if I like that. That's kind of added option to unlock all map tiles, also disable achievements. Okay. Increase construction costs and upkeep costs for roads. So the game's going to penalize you for expanding?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Hein, 46-month resub. The atomic number for palladium. Cool. Thanks for that 46er. Hey, Clayton, you don't need to define what an upkeep fee is, man. You're missing the point. I know what an upkeep fee is. Who are you paying the upkeep fee to, and what are you paying it for? It's just land. I'm pretty sure nature doesn't need to pay upkeep fees to itself. So if you buy a tile, what's that upkeep fee for? If you buy a tile and just leave it, you're paying tax on a tile that's doing nothing. Well, I like that they are making it more challenging, but some of these things sound difficult for the sake of difficulty. Yeah, I don't like an abstraction. You don't pay fees for no reason. Property tax to the feds. Governments don't pay taxes to other well, yeah, no, that is right. Governments don't pay taxes to other governments. That's ridiculous. Yeah, that's kind of stupid. I don't like that. But most of this stuff is actually really good. Added option to unlock all map. Increased construction costs and upkeep costs for roads. Moved upkeep breakdown from tooltip to selected info panel. More like each map tile is a number of maintainer. Well, why don't you bill it like that, Tessa? Why don't you bill it if you know? See, this is what I mean. This is okay, look. Upkeep fee. What is that? What are we upkeeping? What are we, that's what I mean. What are we upkeeping? Right? Why pay an arbitrary upkeep fee? You're missing the opportunity for a cool game loop there. You're completely missing that opportunity. Like, what are we upkeeping? What you said, Tessa, took 5 seconds of thinking, and that's a sweet game mechanic. Each map tile has a number of workers to maintain it. Forestry workers, emergency services, etc., etc. Why not do that? You're implementing an upkeep fee for no reason, just because, oh, I think there should be an upkeep fee. Because gameplay. No. If you're making, and don't get me wrong, I don't necessarily have a problem with implementing features like that, but, and I'm not trying to, I might be saying this a lot this stream. So like in workers, there's fees. Every fee is there for a reason. So like if you're paying for the cost of steel for a bridge, right? It's all there for a reason. You pay the transport costs for the steel, you pay the import costs for the steel, or you produce the steel yourself, etc., right? It's all there for a reason. There's no just random junk, I'll call it junk fees. This seems like it was implemented just, I mean, somebody said it in chat, right? It seems like it's added difficulty just for the sake of difficulty. Yeah, Margentine, I think, yeah, that makes sense. I would like some clarification on that. Moved upkeep breakdown. Okay, reduce the amount of money the player gets back from bulldozing roads and buildings. How about you don't get any money back? Demolition costs money, not demolition doesn't make you money. Hey, 8-Bit. Adjusted the max shopping amount of the household from 4,000 to 2,000. Adjusted specialized industry unlocking to start from milestone 0. Okay. Fixed taxes being collected after bulldozing the entire city. Okay. Fixed citizen wealth info view, not highlighting households with wretched wealth level. Fixed the wrong moving away statistic data being displayed. Fixed a newly spawned company complaining about a lack of workers. Fixed commercial zones incurring massive amounts of debt for citizens. Fixed refund inconsistencies when replacing roads and stops. Fixed high death possibility issue. Fire accidents will now only cause 1% death compared to the previous 50% death of an on-fire medium high density building. What? Why would it be a fixed number? See, okay, I gotta play it and I gotta make a judgment there, but I'm sorry, like, they're not playing with house money here after what happened with the government subsidies and the way the economy was set up in the first cities here. So I'm gonna be a little candid here. Once again, I understand development takes time and stuff, but right there, that's a huge missed opportunity. Fire accidents will now cause 1% death instead of 50% death. Why would that number be static? How about, what citizens do you have in your building? Are they old citizens? Are they young citizens? Are they middle-aged, right? Probabilities should be set based off of sim age, right? So, and obviously distance to a fire department, right? If you're close to a fire department and you have elderly people there, they're going to get rescued very quickly. There's so much opportunity for less abstraction here. The number should be variable, not just 1%. In the middle of the night, middle of the day, like, that's a huge missed opportunity there. That's a really cool game mechanic that you could add that is realistic and gets the point across. You're not always going to have one person die for every 100 people in a building. It would depend on who's actually at home at the time. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, if a fire at night is more likely to kill more people because people are there, right? Like, and don't get me wrong, I don't like talking about that, but that's a huge missed opportunity. The building's destruction event will now cause 50% death compared to the 90% death of it. I mean, I will say, though, there is a substantial amounts of fixes here. This is good. All right. All right, let's go. Let's see what's up. Like, I don't... Gotta update the launcher. Unlike the 100% from the earthquake that flattened the Nipro flat. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Papa Bear, like, why? That's what I'm saying. Why would you implement that type of... Why would you penalize people for expanding? That's stupid. Like, what? Are... What? Why? Unless I'm not thinking about this correctly, why would you do that? Whatever. They're trying to slow growth. What? Why? See, this is what I'm talking about, dude. And I think that KSP2, even though I don't think KSP2 exists, I don't know what you're talking about. This game doesn't... They were forcing one type of gameplay. Why are you penalizing people for growth? Some cities are built around high influx, like Detroit, for instance. They're built around high influx. Or London. What you're limiting growth like that and limiting rate of growth with a hard-coded game mechanic is just going to stifle people's cities, and you're just going to force the same city design, because then there becomes one meta for how to play the game, which is the exact opposite of what a sandbox game should be doing. Am I wrong? And once again, I'm not trying to be a dick. I'm just, I don't get it. $498,972. All right, see what happens. If I own one car, my maintenance fees are X. If I decide to expand my car fleet, my maintenance fees go up because I own 2 cars. Because you own more, it costs more to maintain land. But the government doesn't... that makes sense if it's personal property, but it's not personal property with this. With that being said, it is nice to get back to the Stugats. Let there be light. No, I haven't, and I'm not going to watch it, Violent. I don't really want to talk about KSP2 at all anymore. Yeah, Steegen, I guess that's more what I'm getting at, dude. It might just be because it's loading up everything, dudes. How? It must be all the changes. it's got to be this performance is worse than it was last time. The game's locking up every 5 seconds.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, Poop. Yes, Cities is back. Oh, and hi. Hello. Oh, that's still a thing, huh? You need to make a city like this in workers. I would love to, Violent. Sounds clipping. Game's locked. Have you checked out the new biomes? I started a desert city last week, Lloyd, and the way this is going, I'm kind of jonesing to go and play it. We might need to start from scratch, guys. Watching cities makes me want to play workers. I'm kind of with you on that one. Well, let's give this a chance. Got to be patient. This is most likely the game re-optimizing or changing all the parameters. Just give it a second. Jarowski, what's up? It seems like it's not as bad. It's getting better. Once again, we'll just give it a second. An i7 8700K. That can't be good for it. It's gonna take a second for this thing to fix itself. Yeah, passing. It's good that it's cooler today, or else I wouldn't even bother. Let me plumb your PC to a car radiator. Yeah. Nah, Tessa, it's good. I'm pretty sure the game is maxing out the CPU because we're changing everything. Because of all the patches. It's applying all the patched logic to the city. And that's making it very upset. Getting better. Now that's a traffic jam. I am proud of that one. Yeah, I mean we changed the economic they changed the economic policy of the city. So a lot of stuff is going to change all at once, which is okay. Office and industry demand is sky high. Yeah, Sneaky, it was sky high before, but remember, every time I zone office or industry, that happens. Trying to see if that changes at all. We just gotta let it ride. You need to add a starbase to that city.
What kind of future does music have if it doesn't look to its past?
This clown.
Well, I say the question speaks for itself. Here on Second Moon, we know you can't move forward unless you keep both eyes steadily trained on what's behind you.
Office demand is really, really high right now. I'm not sure zoning stuff would be the wisest decision at this moment in time. Let's just go and look around. How about your city's income? Those are subsidies I'm giving out.
Discovery.
Jurassic 3-month resub. Thank you. Yeah, I got you. This goes you, team. Yeah. I guess sneaky. I just don't even know. Let's zero out the tax rate. We got to zero it out. I love that you can break down taxes by industry, which I think is very, very cool. That's something that I always thought was awesome in this game. I didn't click that. I don't think there's any computer that could get us to 7 million population, Feely boy. Not the bus driver. Sorry, Rezel. I'm not. Yo, Jersey, what's good, man?
Discovery, go at throttle up.
How's the update? A lot of stuff is fixed. But it's going to take time for it to change over. But there are some things that I'm just straight up not a fan of that they changed. You got to pay upkeep on, from what I understand, you got to pay upkeep on land that you buy. I don't know who you're paying upkeep to or why. You just pay an upkeep fee, which... Okay. We could as the last attempt. Hey, Amarnails. Someone's got to mow all that grass, or do they? So make it so, like, see, that's what I'm saying, Weasel. You know, oh, someone's got to mow all that grass. Do they? Why force one style of gameplay there? Say you don't pay your upkeep fees. Say you decide not to pay maintenance fees on collected land. So maybe there's no park ranger that goes and trims the underbrush. Maybe you're more likely for a fire then. Like, why would you limit yourself like that? Why would you limit gameplay by just imposing a abstract fee for no reason? See what I'm talking about? It's an arbitrary penalty for buying more land that you need. But it makes no sense. Like, I never liked imposing gameplay features like that in a sandbox game that's going to cordon you to one type of gameplay, to one style of gameplay. What if I don't pay those upkeep fees? Well, then maybe I have to worry about more forest fires. You know? That's the type of gameplay I think that a game like this needs. Cool. Locked. Any changes that you do like? Pretty much all of the economic changes. Removing subsidies is the one that I'm the biggest fan of. My city did not need subsidies to be profitable. We are very profitable without it. Like, very profitable to the point where I could probably lower taxes even more. I could get away with it. We have enough money in the coffers, but we can only do it for a certain period of time. So we'll flat tax at 3% for now. Yeah, most of the economic changes that they put in this game I really, really liked. That one I don't like. There's another one with how it deals with people dying in a burning building. Like, before it was 50% every time, which is dumb. Now it's 1% every time. 1% of your population will die every time a building catches on fire, which is... All right. How about it? Why abstract that? Why would you abstract that? Why not go granular with it? Right? How many people in this building are old? How many people are young? How many people are kids? How many people are adults? What's the demographic of population in a building? Does the building burn down? What time of day does it burn down? There might be less or more people in the building. Why impose death rate from a burning building at a static number? That makes no sense. So before it was like at least half your people are going to die if a building catches on fire. Now it's no one's going to die if a building catches on fire, which is easier to calculate, I suppose. But like I said, the whole point is that it's a sandbox game. You're supposed to be as granular as possible with a game like this. That's the whole idea of a sandbox game. I guess what I'm trying to say is that if you need to impose it for gameplay and performance reasons, just say that. Rather than be like, well, no, there's a 1% of people dying is the right move. Game's definitely getting less choppier, dudes. It was bad when we first started. Man, we did a lot of work, dude. We were cooking with this for days. No, I wanted to go right for the jugular with stress testing, Pogo. This is a stress test for the game. I want to see how well the game retools. Just out of curiosity. Yep. East Rock is a big city. No, Astral, I don't. And that's the point that I guess that I'm trying to make. I don't know what the stats are for a burning building. It really depends. It depends on each city, don't you think? So shouldn't it depend on each city in your game? Pretty reasonable train of logic, I thought, right? Like, it depends. If you live in Dubai, I don't think you're gonna die from a building fire, right? You said a prayer for this patch last night? Yeah. Now you'll die from a sandstorm. Exactly my point. How long has it been in game?
Now entering thick digital games. Prepare for sensory overload.
You want it thick. Digital! Are you a man or a mountain? Digital! You ready for a game that rips out your heart and stomps it to death? Digital! Then come on down to Thick Digital and we'll hook you up to adrenaline overdrive. You won't be able to take much more of this, sir. Then hit them with everything we've got. Digital! Thick Digital! It's all out war.
For the best
Pacha
men's
threads.
clothes called Chacha Threads.
Chat threads.
We have all
Whatever.
the finest silk and many other, whatever you desire. We will lay out on our table and show you everything. Then we measure you to your tip, and you will love the thread we spoke for you. A Chacha Threads. You never had better.
Not really, Clayton, no. There are ads for the radio stations in game. Just curious to see what's going on. Oof. Thanks, Think Like. Here I am thinking this was a good idea. Good idea. Hey, Maiden, what's going on? Power thirst, energy. It's the simulation, Maiden. It's not my frames. My frames are just fine. Simulation is slow. Yeah, it's getting better as it retools that. That's why I said we just got to give it some time. I have yet to give you a review on this Spin Planet. We'll see what happens with the economy. Can you explain the city's buildings while we wait? What do you look at? What do you mean, Balyak? What do you, Jack? What do you want to look for specifically? Like just. Well, I started this city. This is East Rock. That's the name of it. I started this city. It's basically the second city I ever made in City Skylines. I started the city over here. And then expanded this way, and then when I ran out of land that way, I expanded that way. When I ran out of land that way, I expanded out. And what I tried to do is build like this. This city's supposed to kind of look like New York. It's supposed to be built in a style like from the northeast part of the United States. So, or the northeast part of like North America. So think like Toronto, New York City, Philly, Boston. Basically stuff that I'm familiar with because that's the area, the world that I come from. So I tried to make it look like that. This is definitely supposed to be an East Coast style city. Definitely not building West Coast. Like there are some parts of this city that are inspired from real life areas in New York. Like if you look at that vaguely resembles Coney Island. It's supposed to look like it. Instead of Coney Island, we called it Baloney Island. There are other parts here that are supposed to be like, over here is supposed to look like Long Island. Just straight up Long Island right here. I mean, Coney Island's part of Long Island, I understand that. But there are obviously big urban centers that are supposed to look like uptown and downtown Manhattan. And like Jersey City, Hoboken, stuff like that. Tunnels and roads just built on top of other tunnels and roads. Highways that kind of dig through, carve through the grids. Yeah, it's very much supposed to look like New York. Start a new city, new Mark? I'll think about it. I think about it. And then I have parts over here that are supposed to look like New Jersey. This is supposed to look like Paramus, Secaucus, the Meadowlands, stuff like that. That's what this area is supposed to look like. So you get a lot of glacial cuts if you get into the northern parts of New Jersey. Yeah. A lot of sunken roads. That is supposed to look like an intersection. Yeah, that's an intersection that's in New Jersey coming off the Lincoln Tunnel. Coming out of the Lincoln Tunnel after you go through the paperclip. Yeah. New York, with New York City, just everything's kind of built on top of each other. So I kind of really went for that design. Seriously, you don't want to know. And we did add a freaking airport, and then I realized without an airport designer in this game, I have no desire to make airports because they look ridiculous. But I custom made all this terrain, tried to make it look swampy. And for the most part, cities understood it pretty damn well. Yeah. One of the problems that If you approached the runway like that in a plane like this, you would die instantly. The plane would fall out of the sky. So generally, you want to approach the runway at an angle of attack where the pilots can actually see the runway. Just putting it out there. And you generally don't want to land in the middle of the
Discovery,
runway.
go at throttle up.
This is why I can't do airports in this game. I get it. It's just an animation. This is why I can't do airports. This is why we can't have nice things. Definitely gotten a little bit smoother. It's not locking up as much as the game retools its economic simulation. Oh yeah. Oh, it's nice now. I've noticed that a lot of the high rent stuff is going away. And just really, this was my big problem. There was crazy demand for industrial labor. So I zoned a bunch of industry moved in, and then they promptly didn't hire anyone. I have backups, Lieutenant. I don't know, Platinum. I'm still trying to figure that one out. Yeah, half of this terrain I just made myself. There used to be, the coastline used to be like right here. Terraforming's free. Moved all the dirt. Why not? What was your total mileage from the road trip? About 4,500 miles, Debs? 4,500 miles. San Diego, California, to Titusville, Florida, to Boston, Massachusetts. Yeah, it's a long trip. What DLCs and mods do you use here? What? I didn't know you could mod this game yet. What you see here, where the dotted line is, Dovahkiin, is the maximum amount of land. One thing that I do applaud cities to at doing either way, even though the economy is so messed up, is to be able to scale. You can scale pretty hard in this game. Your scaling of your city is only really limited by how much you can... scaling your city is only limited by how much you can actually, how good your computer is. Excuse me.
For your followers? Are you on a journey to find freshness?
Go get Move It Now. Oh yeah, we gotta. Yeah, I gotta.
Sure you are. That's why
gotta
you
do
go
that.
to Common Groceries. The ultimate destination for the discerning shopper.
Why, hello, Janet.
Hi, Stanley.
Hi, Stanley.
Lovely place to shop.
Isn't this a lovely bunch of coconuts?
Common groceries. For twice the price, it's twice as nice.
Let's load up Cadillac. Cadillac was a new city that I was making. Or we could just start over. Electric buses are available at the bus depot. Buses are available at a bus depot? All right. This is a new city that I was working on. I don't even know what map we're on. Yeah, I wanted to build this out very logically, so we did. Here, let's see what it does here. Let's just wait a little bit, see what happens. Okay. I'm getting charged almost $1 million for some trees. Property taxes. Governments don't pay property taxes, fellas. At least not where I'm from. Why? What is the point of this? Like, I don't understand. I just have to pay $1 million because I bought land for $1 million, so now I have to pay a recurring $1 million on it. That's why. What's the point? The monthly cost associated with the maintenance. It's polygon tax. See how detailed the trees are. Why fix the game by taking subsidies out and put that in? What is the point of this? What's the gameplay mechanic? How does that make the game any better? You're charging me $1 million because I bought an empty field. I It's a fee to make the game harder. Tristan, I understand that, but you don't need to impose arbitrary fees just out of the blue to make the game harder. Like, that's... Running a city is hard enough. It's a hard enough thing to do in real life. You don't need to just be like, well, no. You walk the step down the road, and every step a person makes, every step a person takes in game, you get charged $1 because of sidewalk maintenance. What? Like, I don't know. It just makes me not want to play. Whatever. We'll go through again. You know what I want to do, dudes? Let's go new game. Barrier Island is what East Rock is on. This one, I think... This is Coral Riches. Sweeping plains with mountains in the picture. I know, Poop. We read the patch notes. I'll just start another city. We'll start on Waterway Pass. Okay, let's go. All right, so let's put down. Oh yeah, the pipes are just automatically there no matter what. What do you think about the game? Worthy successor to the first game, worth buying? I gotta mess with Economy 2.0 more to really let you know. Yeah, homing, that's what I'm saying. Like, why abstract maintenance like that? You just an arbitrary fee just to make the game harder? That's... Is terraforming still free? The hell? What the hell's up with the shaders? What the frick is going on here? What's go? That's always done that? I don't ever recall that doing that, fellas. Yeah, I don't ever recall that happening, ever. That never happened before. If you move the brush too fast, it seems to pick up a different terrain height and then starts... This terrain tool never did that before. Maybe it was a patch or something. I don't remember the fading effect either, guys. I guess, Fat. I don't remember it doing that. I remember it working like this. Then again, maybe I was always fast with the brush. Or slow with the brush on purpose. Yeah, there we go. That's right. Interesting. Okay. Whatever. Don't remember that happening, dude. Is this a new test city? Yeah. Guys, I'm just gonna, with this city, I'm gonna basically just build whatever the city's looking for. We'll just build it. This is not really gonna be like Stugatz where we, you know, try to make it look nice. All right, we'll see.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Hey, look, Atena, what's going on? Yeah, this one ain't gonna be pretty. I'm just basically designing it to get the economy working. So like, for instance, if it gives me residential demand, I make more residents. If it wants more shops, oh, we make more shops. Oh, thank God. The amount of money it gives you is, yeah, not nearly as much.
Pending updates to our power grid, the city will be experiencing rolling blackouts. We urge the public to remain calm during these breaks in service and to follow the guidelines on the city's website on how to plan for these temporary events. This has been a local public service announcement. Local authorities are urging the public to conserve water and reduce the burden on the city during this water shortage. Consider installing a low-flush toilet, cut back on watering the lawn, and shower with a friend whenever possible. This has been a local public service announcement.
That was truly superfluous. Masterful counterpart. You're listening to Second Moon Radio, the station of levitated tastes. Don't touch that dial.
Okay.
The leader of the City Services Division is with us in the studio today to talk about why they're contracting with outside agencies to provide vital services for our residents. Isn't that going to be costly, Mr. Councilman?
Oh, well, quite frankly, yes. It is an additional expense, but the residents have come to expect a certain level of services, and we simply do not have the capacity to provide them within the city.
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
I expect the residents would be more...
Yeah, generally, lady, you do pay for utilities. Generally, you know, like...
But so is their money. We'll be back.
That just generally kind of happens. Sorry, I don't mean to be a buzzkill. That's more often than not a thing, paying for something. Lady. That's not a mark on the game. That's just me making fun of the characters in game. Okay, so now that we leveled up, we have medium density residential. So let's find a home for some medium density. All right, I'm remembering how to do this now. Now they're looking for more shops, so let's get them more shops. There we go. I'm sure it's not also a pressure test on EJ. What style of city are you building? I'm just building whatever my city needs, and that's it. I'm not trying to build in a style, y'all. I'm just needs industry, we give it industry. If it needs residential, we give it residential. If it needs commercial, we'll give it commercial, and I'm just trying to see what happens. We already had somebody die. Building upkeep consists of the combined expenses, 27 G's maintenance. We're getting screwed on importing our electricity, but service upkeep is what's really... When do we get the beaver nuggets? Right here. I got your beaver nuggets. I'm having more. I still think City's road builder, or the road, like how you put the roads together, is still unmatched. It's, yeah, it doesn't get much better than this. Sound design is always on point. It's looking for more medium density behind that commercial, so. And now they want more industry. Okay. Apparently Utah's trying to get the money to link Boise, Salt Lake City, and Las Vegas by rail. Cool. Cities 2 just closed on its own before I could save my game. This is the third time this happened to me before and after the update. Ugh. Okay, it's looking for more high density or medium density. Let's roll. Looking for a hospital, so place one down. Why do you unlock a hospital before a police and a fire station? Isn't it a clinic? Yeah, I guess. Did you enable outside connections to what people need at a cost? No, Sneaky. I asked where that was in the menus, and if you responded, I didn't see it. I've done that every time you've asked me to, Pigeon. Locked. So how much is this game gonna screw me if I buy one of those? We don't know, Turbomensch. We don't know what it's from. That's what's annoying. So, now what is it? Too soon to tell, drummer.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
Bombo, 16-month resub. Thanks, buddy. Terraforming is still free. Yeah.
Has anyone seen my keys? My keys. What? We're on the air?
Sorry about that. It's, nothing important. I just lost my keys. I'm sure they'll turn up. They're for the brown sedan parked outside the radio station. Oh, wait.
I probably shouldn't have said that. If anyone finds them, please don't steal my car. I mean, the old hornbuckle mobile, please.
Oh, good. Here they are. Well, never mind then. Thank you for listening to Second Moon.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Glenda. But apparently that's not all good news. We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor. So a
Hi,
housing
Sherlock.
shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed to desire certain representations within ideological reward structures, which are entirely apart from the actual rewards enjoyed. For example, consider capital.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
By certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
I like the sound of that.
But what we are discussing is the study of a statistical abstraction and its effect on the human.
Thank you, Professor.
It is a question of priorities.
The leader of the City Services Division is with us in the studio today to talk about why they're contracting with outside agencies to provide vital services for our residents. Isn't that going to be costly, Mr. Councilman?
Oh, well, quite frankly, yes. It is an additional expense, but the residents have come to expect a certain level of services, and we simply do not have the capacity to provide them within the city.
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
I expect the residents would be more distressed if key services became unavailable. Their quality of life is very important to them.
But so is their money. We'll be back after this.
How big was the starting bank? The service budget affects the service building efficiency. Efficiencies affect citizens' recovery from illness and injuries. It also affects how many ambulances are currently in use. Efficiency affects how many hearses are currently in use, as well as the processing speed of bodies in the crematorium. Efficiency also affects the citywide effects of Disease Control Center and Health Research Institute. Yeah, they didn't fix this. Changing the budget on it doesn't change your capacity, it changes your efficiency. Which is... I don't like that. I think that statistic is kind of dumb. The way to... Why... In Cities 1, it was teachers, right? So you can increase the budget for your education system, and if you do, you get more teachers, more capacity. Efficiency... Rate of efficiency between teachers to student ratio was kind of... You know, you have more teachers, you can have more students, right? The ratio of teachers to students was a static rate, but now you can change the efficiency, but you can't change the amount of staff, which is... So I have to sit here and pay... So, okay, here's why this is stupid, all right? I have to sit here and pay the upkeep on an elementary school that's designed to hold 1,000 kids when there's only 100 kids in my city, all right? I have to sit here and foot the cost for a school that's 10 times bigger than what we need. I can't build a smaller school. And if I screw the education budget, these kids are basically going to come out all stupid. So when I go to build a high school, they're not going to be able to be smart enough to move to the next grade.
Listen, Tranquility Base here. The Eagle has landed.
Sometimes you just gotta spit on this game. That proves it. Just gotta spit on it, man. It's not making so much sense. This is a city builder. Legendary tip. Oh my god, that's pretty funny.
Oh, this is space. I'm in space.
Oh, jeez. So basically, budget affects the quality of the education now. Yeah, they didn't change that, Metroid. That was how it was before. Yeah. You can get an efficiency bonus from employee happiness, but it doesn't change the fact that I'm footing the bill for a 1,000-person school when I have 100 kids. So the alternative is to just not build the school and outsource your education until you're ready to build an elementary school that's okay for 1,000 kids. See, this is... And that, I guess that's okay, right? But once again, that's forcing you into one type of gameplay. That becomes the meta strategy here. Oh, don't build the school until you have at least 1,000 kids. What would happen in real life is that people would be like, I want my kids to go to school. Please build a school here. Oh, I can only build a school for 1,000 kids. And you know what people would say? How about you build a school for 100 kids instead? See what I'm talking about? One type of elementary school that holds 1,000 kids. How many elementary schools, period, can hold 1,000 kids? Where I'm from, you don't see 1,000 kid elementary schools. That's not how that works. Also, that tip was hilarious, by the way. I got the joke. Your city's elementary school does, okay? Yeah, the budget scales the efficiency of the building and not the population or staff, which was just... Nice, Dish. Nice. In the high school 2000. Well, that's because you live in a city, Sneaky. Does this look like a city to you? I don't know, Shaw. Yeah, portable killer. See, this is the kind of stuff I'm talking about, man. Like, I hope to see, like, I'm not like abandoning all hope here, but am I the only one that sees this as a really strange roundabout way of doing things? As a European, this is a city, don't at me. I don't understand. Even in Cities 1, they had smaller schools that you could build. You could build smaller and bigger elementary schools. They had 3 different types by the end of the game. What the heck's that about? They should add village. They should add a village school. Slow, dude. It's not even that. It's not even that. You have options to expand your school. There is a game mechanic in the game to make your school have more students. Why would you do this and make the base school 1,000? Why would you do that? You built in mechanics to be able to add and make the school bigger. So why wouldn't you start with a small school? What? This is what I mean. That's my thing with cities. Okay, correction. That's my thing with cities right there. That's my thing with cities. Everything just seems very arbitrarily implemented. Like there was no big one whole, like, school people are working on the school, hospital people are working on the hospital, and then we bring it all together. Like there's no synergy here. There's no thought about how the game's supposed to come together. Like, forgive me for being a stick in the mud. I have like 5,000 hours in Cities 1, and that was one of my all-time favorite games, you know, Kerbal notwithstanding. There's no rhyme or reason to why mechanics are the way that they are in this game. Like, why does the slider affect efficiency? What was the thought behind that? Why would you do that? Like, and I hate to bring it up, but this was a game with the whole dev team, etc., etc. Workers is made by 3 guys, and it's more syndicated than this. I don't understand. Like, and once again, I'm not trying to be a cynic. I want this game to succeed. I don't mean to be a jerk. If I'm coming off as a jerk, I'm sorry. It's just because I'm passionate about cities and I want it to do good. It's just all these game mechanics are going to do is just confuse people and force everybody's city to look exactly the same. And if everybody's city is going to look exactly the same, people are going to go hit that new game button. They're going to go to select a map, and they're just going to check all those boxes because there's no point in even trying to make a city look like anything else without any of these mechanics unlocked. I don't get it. Why would you do this way? I'd like be genuinely curious to ask why implement this way. It's just such a it seems like they changed the way that stuff was implemented just for the sake of changing the way it was implemented. Sliders should be based on capacity, but lowering it causes the building to operate less efficient. I think efficiency should be correlated to staff, because the metric for education, Miff, I mean, or anybody here that has kids knows that the metric that every school cites for educational efficiency is teacher to student ratio. Like, it doesn't matter what country you're in. It doesn't matter if you're here, the Netherlands, Finland, Germany, wherever. Student to teacher ratio has always been cited as the golden metric for quality of education. That's just always been like that. Well, so like, okay, forgive me. This is the cynical part. Were the people that implemented this, did they even bother doing any research on how this stuff works, or did they just say, no, that's a good gameplay mechanic, we'll go with the efficiency? It's not efficient. It's not about staff. It's about efficiency. What the hell does efficiency mean? You're changing the efficiency, but quality of education and efficiency of education, like, no one uses efficiency of education as a statistic for driving how good your school is. What is efficiency of education? How many kids that passed? Well, you could just make the exams you could make the exams easier, and then you'd have 100% pass rate, and your efficiency would be through the roof. Like, what? Dude, like, this is what I mean. This makes stuff like this isn't necessarily and I'll go on to say stuff like this isn't necessarily a bad game mechanic. That's not a bad thing to. It's not. I guess that's not a bad way to do it, but I can only assume that people playing this game are playing it because they want to understand how cities works, or they just want to build. And if you just want to build, you hit the unlock everything box and just have a good time and build. And I get that. That's fine. But I can only assume that people playing this game are people that are relatively interested in how civil engineering and how government works, right? Like, and that's not how that works. The only thing I can think of would be the reason is so that the school has a fixed amount of job slots for citizens to use. Yeah, Moondoggy, yeah. Yeah, standardized education. That's great because, you know, it's a great idea. Not. Like, once again, just some of the stuff just makes absolutely no sense. Yeah, hot dog smoke. Just, once again, once again, I'm really not trying to be a jerk about this. I really want this game to do well. There are so many game mechanics in it that are so good. I love how the roads get made in this game. Like, the road designer in this game is top tier. It's top shelf. You're not going to find a better one in any city builder. It's better than Workers. Way better than Workers. Like, every day of the week. The traffic simulation is better than Workers. The traffic simulation is the best traffic simulation in any city simulator. The traffic makes dynamic decisions, which is awesome. I think that's so freaking cool. You know? And we figured it out. We figured out that that's what it does, you know? We sat there and debugged it back in the day to figure out exactly how that all comes together, and it was amazing. It's just, at the end of the day, Cities 2 just seems very disjointed, even with the economic upgrades. Now, don't get me wrong, I do like most of these economic upgrades, but it seems like there's some game mechanics that are just here for the sake of being here. Like, it seems like people said, like, oh, you know, the game is too easy, we want you to put in more realistic game mechanics, and they said, oh, you want us to make the game harder? Okay, cool, we'll make the game harder. What was the name of the game where you need to survive on a planet and moon? That's Stationeers, always. Xylaws, excuse me. I don't know, Creeper. Look, man. I'm good at reviewing games. Just because I'm good at reviewing games doesn't necessarily mean I'm good at implementing them. Those are two different things. that being said, that would be fun to do someday, and it'd be nice. That'd be cool. Rock musician mansion. Thank you, by the way. The S on my name is the first initial for Steven. The word for it is my last name pronounced Dillaway. You just call you Z to make your life easier. Thank you, Z. I was gonna say like bananas. Yeah, thanks, bud. Cool. Didn't get to watch much. How was the road trip? Awesome, dude. Awesome. Yeah, very, very fun. I had a good time. I want to do it again, but I know that that content can get very old very fast. Driving is a chore, you know? Pork chop sandwiches. Oh, shoot. Get out of here. What are you doing? Get out of here. We're all dead. Get out. They're starting to steer it back on course, but it's still somewhat heading towards the shore. Yeah, that's fair. I'd say we're still sinking. From what I've seen here. But yeah, definitely a step in the right direction. Started to get the water out. Has the update improved the game? I would say yes. Yeah, absolutely. There's still, and guys, don't get me wrong, this is very much my opinion. The whole thing about efficiency and how that, and you know, student education, etc., is very much my opinion. The game seems definitely more playable. Definitely more playable. But it seems like they took out the stuff that makes the game too easy and then they took out the arbitrary stuff that makes the game too easy and added arbitrary stuff to make it harder. Like, what's the point of tile upkeep? What is the point of this? I bought land, and I'm gonna get penalized for expanding my city? You're the one that's giving me the options to buy, like, you're the one that's giving me the options to buy more land. Why? Why would you give me the option to buy more land and then penalize me for buying more land? This slow expansion so you don't run up against simulation issues. I don't think that's what's going on.
You're listening to Second Moon Radio with J. Thomas Hornbuckle, and we're pervading some of the finest classical music on the air. Keep that dial right here.
A housing shortage is driving up prices in the area.
That's right, Clever. But apparently that's not all good news. We're joined today by an expert guest, Professor Nutbutter.
Welcome, Professor. So a housing shortage is bad for the people trying to move here, right?
Humans are programmed to decide.
All right, I'm gonna keep playing. We'll see how this goes at a macro scale.
Which are entirely apart from the actual rewards in Freud. For example, consider capital.
One final question, Professor. Is the housing shortage going to make me richer?
By certain metrics, perhaps yes, in the short term.
Mod that lets you adjust tile upkeep cost already updated today if it really starts to bug you. It's not about...
And its effect.
Will you shut up? Not you guys. It's not about bugging me, dude. It's... Remember, I'm here to give a review of the game. That's what people are coming here for. At least I think. Let me know if you're not. I'll just play the game and go from there. It's not whether it bugs me or not. I'm trying to figure out the game mechanics here. And figuring out the game mechanics, yeah, you know, we kind of have to see. Like, I don't know if the reason why this was implemented is for another reason. Because right now, if there is a reason for it, I don't know what it is. Why would you implement tile upkeep like this? I don't understand. It makes no sense.
On the human.
You're here for the music. That's fair. Yeah, Papa Bear, I think you should have to, that should be a slider. But once again, like, forgive me for presuming, I guess. Like, it just... All this screams hasty implementation. Am I wrong? Like, let me know. All this screams hasty implementation. Like, we did this quick because we needed to have a gameplay mechanic to make the game more difficult. We needed something quick, so we made something quick. Like, and that, I think that's the inherent root problem with cities right now. It's just all very hastily implemented. It's like, I don't know if it was rushed or something, but like, what I really want is just for the devs to slow down and take their time, but we know in this day and age you can't do that, so that sucks, you know? Like, yeah, and I don't want to be a jerk, but I've seen the just make it work mechanic many times in this game already, even with all the economic upgrades, and maybe it's all placeholder. And if it is, that's great, but yeah, I don't know. TJ must not have liked my question. Or there's like 1,000 people asking me different questions. You could just say, hey, see my last poop, and I could go and read it. You want me to go and read it? I'll go and read it. Let's see. Why not just build a city without the intent of testing it? Okay, that's a good question. Why would I do that? Okay, so when I say build a test city, I'm just building what my city wants. I'm kind of following just the gameplay tree without putting my spin on it. What's my spin? Well, thought out interchanges, traffic patterns, etc., etc. You saw the highways that we built in Stugatz, right? That's my way of playing. The point that I'm trying to illustrate by building a test city is that everything with that city is superfluous. You don't need to play. You don't need to do any of that. There's no point in waiting. There's no point in sitting there to design a highway. You could just make a grid and it'll work just fine. See what I'm talking about? That's the point that I'm trying to illustrate with these test cities. I'm just trying to follow what any other person that picks up the game would do. Happy to log into Twitch and see EJ playing cities. Right on, Semilance. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to illustrate just a kind of garden variety way of playing cities. Because my way, from what I've seen from Stugatz and whatever, my way of playing cities doesn't really matter. And that kind of bums me out, dude. I mean, you can get into traffic management when you get up to the bigger scale, but yeah. I mean, Poop, that was a good question. That was a good question. If I miss your question, just ask me to go and look, or just type it out again. Just wait a little bit, type it out again. A lot of people are asking me different questions, but what I like to do is make sure that I answer every question with a concerted thought, especially when we're doing this, like these exercises here for like testing a game. I like giving a long response, not just yes, no, maybe, yes, no, maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I'll keep playing. We'll give it a chance. I promise you, I'm trying to give this as unbiased of an opinion as I possibly can. Like I mean it. I love what I see thus far. I think that the game is taking a step in the right direction, for sure. It needs more time. Now, here's the thing. Kerbal 2 needed a lot of time as well. We all saw how that ended. I don't know. Forgive me for being maybe a little bit of a stick in the mud after what happened. Yeah, guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. KSP was a little bit of a little bit of lessons learned on saying, oh, it just needs more time. Oh, it just needs more time. I know you said you don't want to talk about KSP2. KSP2 is dead, Merch.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
They axed the game development studio that was producing it and the publisher for it. I don't know what happened. We still don't know what happened. Probably never know what happened, because why would they want to make themselves look bad? EJ, I have an honest question. There are so many great games that either consist or one or two, at least very few people developing. I fail to understand the extravagance of hundreds of millions of dollars being for the development of one game resulting in failure. Is it contradictory? I don't know, Chief. I want to say something, but I don't think what I said is informed correctly, because I haven't worked in the industry in such a long time, or like, dude, I might as well, like, at this point, I might as well say I've never worked in the game development industry ever. Like, it was such a long time ago. I think it very much is, I think it has a lot to do with oversaturation. You could play a bajillion different games nowadays. Bajillion different games. Why are you going to choose one game over another? And I think that new releases and new games coming out are very much going to get people to buy your game, right? And I think people that are financing these projects know that. Hey, I've been digging a Shrouded. It's more of a survival builder, but it's super fun and you get to kill stuff, so yeah. Yeah, Varix, just try to keep it classy during the day, my brother, but yeah, I know what you mean. Ah, it's all good, man. It's all good. I know you're good for it, dude. I just, you got people watching with the kids and stuff. With that being said, I ain't above my own rules. Sometimes I'm just like, I hate this stupid melon farming piece of snot, Anyway, I'm gonna keep building and we'll see where this takes us, I guess. But anyway, Poop, hopefully that answers your question, dude. It did, and I commented above, so thanks. I just love seeing you cook with your diligence and well-thought-out engineering when developing a city, so I wanted to ask. Yeah. I mean, Poop, the other thing is that I don't... This is gonna sound ridiculous. When I'm in review mode like this, what's the point? What's the point of designing this city with a nice highway system or a well-thought-out road system? I don't want to put in the effort if the game isn't going to give... If there's no point. There's no point in doing it. Am I going to play this game again? Soon? I don't know. I got to play it. I got to figure it out. There's no reward. There's no incentive to build a better system here. In fact, I'm being penalized for it. I'm being penalized for expanding my highways and road systems. why someone would engineer a game like this, I don't understand. There's still some pretty big glaring issues with this thing. The devs of cities are trying to do their best, for sure, Wally. Like, this is not a mark against them. It very much seems like they were forced to rush their product. Because these are the same devs that made Cities 1. Same devs. Like, that's what I'm getting at. Like, I'm trying not to be a big jerk about this. It just seems like it's very disjointed. Yeah, Cities 2 was not early access. Yeah, that's a good point to add. It wasn't against you. You were one of the few that does play. Just a general reminder for the rest. Yep, okay. I got you, man. Yeah, I'm not trying to dump on Colossal. Really not. And that's a fine line. I also don't want to sit here and act like an entitled piece of crap. You know, like, why isn't the game the way I want it? Trying to be unbiased as possible. You know, sometimes though my opinions are like, why you did it this way, and that's dumb. You know, like, just confusing, but hopeful at the same time. Maybe a small group of dedicated modders could pick up where KSP2 had left off. Don't know. Workers and resources ruined my opinion. Yeah, Reptar, like, dude, that's what I keep coming back to. Workers was made by 3 guys. And it's more succinct than this. It has way better building mechanics. Its terrain tools are lacking. Cities has a better traffic and road building system than Workers does, but Workers makes up for it because you actually have to build the roads, and building the roads take time. I couldn't just build out an entire grid here in Workers and then be like, yeah, it's fine. It would take months to build that out in game. But see, here's the thing about Workers. Even if you didn't want it to take months, you could adjust the difficulty slider and you could play Workers like Cities. Yeah, Element, this has by far the best traffic simulation of any game I've ever played. It's better than Workers, better than Cities 1, better than anything. How the traffic is done and how vehicles go from point A to point B and how they dynamically calculate it, amazing. The best, bar none. It's not even close. The traffic simulation logic is amazing. In Cities, we debugged it a little while back. It's brilliant. The way people walk around, the way the agents work in the game, so like Sims, the way the Sims work in the game, brilliant. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant. And it sucks that it's being disjointed by stuff like that. Yeah, I guess Aqualix, yeah. I mean, long story short, I guess, we'll play a little bit longer. Is the game better? I don't know. You wanted a harder economy. No, I didn't want a more difficult economy, Locatena. I wanted a more granular economy. My big thing with Cities 2 when it came out was that you really don't have any control over any of this. The way the services work, the way the fees work, the way you fund education based off of efficiency instead of staffing is stupid. That makes no sense. None of it makes any sense. It seems like the game was designed by people who had knew nothing about how cities actually work. They were trying to make the gameplay mechanics better. And don't get me wrong, in some cases that's fine. That's okay. It's okay to do that way. In a game that's not a sandbox game that's designed to be, somewhat realistic. Yeah, Wally, that's what I mean. It's very disjointed. I don't get it. I wanted more granularity. I wanted finer control over the economics and staffing and everything in this game. I didn't want a harder game just for the sake of making the game harder. And maybe that got disjointed if anybody at Colossal Order, maybe that got caught up in the static if anybody at Colossal ever watched one of my streams. You know, because I did keep saying that the government subsidy makes it too easy. There's no point. Maybe I should have clarified my words. I don't know, brother. Just, yeah. It's peculiar. It's a very weird way of doing this. Yeah. And I guess that goes back to what, what Poop was saying. Like, Poop, I can't force myself to play in that very... You know the way that I play these games. The way I play is very granular. I get very, very fine into details, and I like focusing on the engineering and metering and doing data analyzation, on traffic patterns, etc., etc. I like doing that. But at the end of the day, you can't play chess with a checkerboard. You know what I mean? If the game has this arbitrary stuff in there just to, let's just make it harder. Oh, let's just make it easier. Oh, let's just make it more difficult. That's not really what I'm asking for. I'm asking for more granularity. More granularity will make the game more difficult. Not just whatever that is. Like, what? Did anyone ask for something like this? Like... Tile upkeep scales with population, so there's no way to really get around it. You're always going to get penalized by it. On my big city, here, let's look at Stugatz real quick. In my big city, I don't even know what we were paying. Yeah, King, I don't... I think that's just inherently counterintuitive to a sandbox game. Devil's advocate, shouldn't infrastructure upkeep scale with infrastructure? I don't understand. That's not devil's advocate, J-Speed. You build more highways, you should pay more upkeep on highways. I buy more land out in the wilderness. We shouldn't have to pay for upkeep on natural wilderness. Mother Nature will maintain a healthy ecosystem without our interference pretty damn well. Why am I paying on upkeep for something that just naturally happens? I don't understand. Look at that. 19 million. 19, almost 20 million Flurbos are being spent on land upkeep. What does that mean? You're not, in your question, you're not playing devil's advocate. You're asking for the same exact thing that I'm asking for. Why am I paying upkeep on a tree? Fire protection. Yeah, sure, Billy, sure. That right there is a wasted game mechanic. Why not have aren't fire protection depots already in the game? So what the hell are these for? See what I mean? It's just disjointed. Like, what's this for? Why you already pay for upkeep on land for fire protection with fire towers. What is this? This is just arbitrary. There's no point in it. The only reason it's there is to just make the game more difficult. All right, great. So I'm going to get penalized for being successful at the game, because that's a great gameplay mechanic. What? Yeah, Joe, like I... Animal, what's your last, buddy? Let me see. You're paying for the paperwork of owning that land and keeping it under your helm. I'm paying $20 million for paperwork. Yeah, Borave, this was fun, dude. A great build. I don't think there's any fail conditions metric. Yeah, fish. How's the sim speed now? Well, on Stugatz it's awful, but that's more my hardware. That's not necessarily a reflection of the game. The game's performance will scale with your hardware. So if I have a 8th generation i7. If I had a 14th generation i7, we'd be just fine. Think of it as the cost for your government officials. Bigger the city, the bigger the government. Yeah, Cavity, that's fair. We can pretend like this arbitrary thing is, you know, a gameplay mechanic that, you know, a gameplay mechanic. Oh, that's the cost of doing business, or that's the, you know, you're paying all your city workers and stuff. But you're already paying all your city workers and stuff. That's what that service fees or service upkeeps tab is. This is just an extra 20 million on top of my service upkeeps for no apparent reason. See what I'm saying? Oh, Bureau of Land Management. Oh, okay, Fish. Yeah. I got you. Well, there's the death wave that they said would happen. I've seen this movie before. Everybody dies. I don't want to sit here and let this pan out, dude. Like, let me check something here. If I zone a bunch of office buildings here, what happens? If you increase taxes, does upkeep go down? Give it a second to tick over. The central government is so broke from all the government subsidies they were paying out prior to this update that they have to recoup their losses somehow. Tile upkeep is the solution. It's not paused. That'd be cool, Got Nukes, yeah. Did my upkeeps just go up? What do you think of the update? A lot of good fixes, Spoon, but a lot of glaring issues are still here. Like, this is turning into the Soviet game. Workers and resources has terrible government practice as a funny gameplay mechanic. This just has it as a thing. It's not even funny. Boone, step in the right direction, but you know, we walked 100 steps off the beaten path, and we just, with this patch, I'd say we took 2 or 3 steps back towards the path. You know what I mean? Funny how, but just a tornado out of nowhere. Yeah, Scarlet, the simulation is absurdly slow on this map because the city is huge. Yeah, tornadoes pop out in blue sky all the time. All right. Just, I can't do it. 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 Was Skylines 1 struggling with cities of this size? Yeah, back in the day, Rem, I built a 300,000 person city and yeah, didn't like it, but by the time Cities 2 came out, I could play that 300,000 person city, no problem. Like I said, that is something that I think they did a really good job with. The game's performance scales with your computer. You're only really limited to the size of your city by the specs on your computer. You could build a bigger city with a better computer. This computer at this point is 7 years old, the one that's playing this, and it's still handling 500,000 pretty freaking well. What's that, Ace? You are the chosen one. lot of game developers do that kind of stuff, guys. They don't build the game for the current graphics market. They build the game for where the graphics market's going to be in 5 years. That's just being smart. That's actually a smart business practice.
What? We're on the air?
Sorry about that. It's nothing important. I just lost my keys. I'm sure they'll turn up. They're for the grounds
Taxi drivers, am I right?
Please, don't steal my car. I mean, the old hornbuckle mobile, please. Oh, good.
How was the drive? Amazing, Ginger.
Discovery, go and throttle up.
Thank you for listening to Second Moon.
This just in from traffic.
Shout out, Savage.
The streets, you can expect delays on the major roads, especially during rush hour.
Good to know, Jim.
For
Seems
City
like
Skylines
everyone is in a
1
hurry
being the
to get
favorite city
somewhere
builder
fast.
compared to any, yeah,
It's
dude.
worth slowing down. And if you can, plan your trip outside the rush.
Oh, I don't know. I'd rather wait an hour in traffic than have to start thinking about
You
it.
just picked up a 38 Ford
Besides, if I
Deluxe.
did that,
Flatheads
I'd
are
never
fun.
get
Oh, Ginger, that's
The
awesome.
leader of the City Services Division is with us in the studio today to talk about why they're contracting with outside agencies to provide vital services for our residents. Isn't that going to be costly, Mr. Councilman?
Oh, well, quite frankly, yes. It is an additional expense, but the residents have come to expect a certain level of services, and we simply do not have the capacity to provide them within the city.
Sounds like we're the ones who will end up paying for it. Should we be worried?
I expect the residents would be more distressed.
Dude,
if
see what I'm
these
talking
services
about?
became
City's
unavailable.
Road Builder is
Quality of life
fantastic.
is very important.
There is no other city building game where you can make this. Nothing. Out of the box. Nothing even comes close to the road building in this game. And that's it just bums me the frick out. Because, yeah. Actually, you know, I'm gonna hold out hope for this, dude. With a couple things, dude, this game could be amazing. Like, freaking amazing. It could be the best. Easily be the best. Num, 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 num. Why would I get a refund cost for that? Why am I getting refunded on buildings that... Yes? Smoke. Oh, body armor. Thank you. And a bag of chips. Oh, sweet mesquite barbecue. Thanks, man. I don't understand that. That doesn't make any sense to me, dudes. You would have Cape Cod chips. Duh. Yeah, Cape Cod's. Kettle cooked, baby. Why did I make the double? As a way to get people into this part of the city because the congestion was absurd. Is Ernok working on the car? No. We're gonna do that probably, maybe later tonight, but absolutely tomorrow. I wanted this to be a gaming day today. No matter what game. Who's Ernok? Ernok is a viewer that I did that cross-country road trip with, TRP. That's his Camaro sitting in my shop. What is Ernok? A good person. I wonder if that office building that I zoned ever got settled. Oh, yeah. I want cocoa. I'm gonna go poopy. Oh, thanks, boss. Well, thank you for the chips. Why is Ernok? Because Ernok is. You'd need a pretty good PC to run this city this big.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
And she is a biggin. But how does Ernok? Yes. Hey, Joe, thanks for the 14 months, dude. I appreciate it. If you keep zoning in the city, will the tile upkeep go down? From what I understand, Balbon, it's correlative to population, so no. Look. How do you Ernok? How do you Ernok good? Well, yes. Here, guys, I have to use the restroom. I'll be right back. You guys can watch that tornado kill my city in slow motion. I'll be right back 1 second. Yeah, I don't understand that game mechanic. Can't say that I like it, though. I'll be right back. I gotta go take a dump.
A driving advisory has been issued for the immediate area due to poor road conditions. Please exercise caution if you must drive and try to stay off the streets until conditions improve. This has been a local public service announcement.
You're listening to Second Moon Radio with J. Thomas Hornbuckle, and we're pervading some of the finest classical music on the air. Keep that dial right here.
And on to our main feature story. The commercial district is booming as the area is attracting more high-end stores, bringing the latest in luxury to our neighborhood. You can now shop for designer shoes while sipping a fancy local Jarva mate, or so my wife tells me. That's good for business and good for the community.
Thanks, Jim. We'll be back after this.
We're live, and we're getting reports about a traffic accident somewhere in the city.
Road maintenance services have already been dispatched, and traffic flow should return to normal. But if you're planning a quick trip out, you might want to wait a little while until everything clears up.
If you're in it, you already know about it. No use reminding you. Meanwhile, expect delays and drive safe.
Discovery, go at throttle up.
This is an emergency broadcast to all citizens.
The Fire and Rescue Service reports that fires are currently spreading in the nearby forest. The billowing clouds of smoke pose a serious health risk to anyone nearby. At this time, all citizens in the affected area are instructed to immediately move to a safe distance until the situation
Waste
is under
tanks
control.
are evacuated. Oh, a forest fire? Really? How's the Camaro coming along? Oh, it's coming, Gee. Anybody want to tell me why the tornado is selectively destroying things? Oh, we emptied the shoebox. Like, why isn't the tornado destroying trees? Is it better? We gotta play it more to really figure that out. it is a step in the right direction, but I think if we're using steps away from like perfect development, this patch is one step forward or two steps forward, maybe one step back. There's still progress, but there's just some gameplay mechanics I just don't generally understand. But it seems like on the whole, the gameplay is a little bit better, but there's still some core gameplay mechanics where I'm just like, alright. The developers said that death wave would happen, which is fine. Yeah, Ace, yeah. Guys, they got rid of subsidies altogether, which I'm like super in favor of. That's my favorite thing, but they added this, like tile upkeep. I don't Why? Why would you do this? Yeah, why would you punish the player for expanding? Like, it seems like they just made it really easy based off of an arbitrary stat. They took that away and then made it really difficult based off of an arbitrary stat. I'm trying to rake it through my head like why you do something like this. I can't figure it out, man. Well, no, but my thing is that tile upkeep, I wouldn't mind a statistic like this, but why would you abstract it? You're building stuff on land. I'm already paying maintenance on everything that's on this land. I guess I don't really understand why you would implement something like that unless your economy was seriously broken. Okay, fellas, we put in a solid 3 hours of this. I don't think I need to see much more. Is there anything else that people want to see? Like, I want to be very, I want you guys to be very honest with me. Am I being objective about this? I really want to know, like, you want to see me have fun. Dude, I can't fake it. All right. Kiko, I can't fake it. I can't fake having fun. And even if I could, I wouldn't do it. I can't fake having fun when I know that this is just ruining any, like, how can I use this as a teaching tool, dude? I can't use this as a teaching tool. I can't verify a tile, buying a tile, granted I've bought maximum tiles on this, but we can verify that basically if you bought an empty piece of land with like a minimal population, it's going to charge you 12 G's per tile. You being fair? Yeah. Like Akiko, I don't want to fake having fun with a game. I can't I can't play the game, dude, and have fun with it when I know that just fundamentally I'd be faking anything here. Like, I'd be faking any fun knowing something like that is in the game. This isn't... Seen what I wanted to see. That it seems like this is happening more and more. A patch for a game comes out. A patch for a game comes out, and I budget the whole day to play the game, and the patch comes out in hopes that it's going to fix a lot of things, and it really doesn't. Woody, it's okay. The patch is all right. Nice, JDG. Yes, I have, Chief. It's okay. It's a step in the right direction, but they got rid of one arbitrary game mechanic that rewards you, that over rewards you, and replaced it with another arbitrary game mechanic that penalizes you a lot. It's not the update that is the issue, it's the game mechanics overall. Yeah, Ace, that's a good way to say it. I can't help but, like, it seems like this is just happening more and more. And I have to ask myself, dudes, am I just... And I think this is a very important question. Am I just getting too old for this? Not too old for this. Video games are for everybody, but like... Have I reached a point maybe because of KSP, like, and how complicated and how extensive that game can get, you know, if you want it to be, like, did that set a bar for other games? Am I applying unrealistic expectations to games, dude? I'm getting too old for this. Like, I don't want to be that guy that's like, none of these games challenge me anymore, but them have actually be good games. Like, is my judgment on par, I guess, is what I'm asking? It's not me. Hey, Rodders, what's going on? We're all feeling it? Like... You're the wrong audience for cities now. Hey, Wisp, I keep hearing that increasingly more and more. It's the kind of stuff that keeps me up at night, dudes. I think maybe the issue is the developers not having a clear direction for their game. The Soviet game is a good example of that. Yeah, Rotters, it sucks, man. Like, I don't want to sit here and be a buzzkill with you guys. Like, I hate doing that. Yeah, exactly. You find gems like workers, Ikiko, sure. Look at it this way. If it were better, would you have unfinished business with Skylines II? Yeah, absolutely, Skitson. Yeah. I still have unfinished business with Kerbal 1 that I want to get done. Eventually, you know, that game's 15 years old at this point. You want me to play Flight Sim 2024? Lou, I kind of have a problem with Flight Sim 2024. Do you know what the problem is? The problem is they said Flight Sim 2020 would be the last Flight Sim they ever made. Four years later. Like, how can I believe anything that they say? Like, I did that, JDG. Wasn't impressed. By the time I got to the second level, the game was charging me an extra 36 Gs for 3 tiles that were just empty fields. Yeah. 36 Gs will kill a small city. A $36,000 expenditure would kill a small town. Instantly. My only choice was to make taxes go up. So workers now, no snow in the desert. If that's what you guys want to see, that's what I would have fun playing. All right. All right. We'll jump over into workers. If you are coming in from the cities category, I'm about to play another city builder game that I think cities needs to take a long look at. This is workers and resources. Workers and resources.